Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're going to be talking about Appletun. So Appletun is particularly one of my favorite Gen 8 Pokemon now, and that's because he has access to a couple of really cool niche things, and I kind of wanted to talk about it and make a, somewhat of a discussion on, what other, sets we could possibly run for this. But in terms of Appletun, so he's actually got, he's a grass dragon, and grass dragon is good. I think it can be good. However, there are some weaknesses that it has. So it is going to be, 4 times weak to ice. However, if you're going to be running its hidden ability, Thick Fat, it can be very good. And well, it can help wall some of the ice type moves, is what I'm saying. Poison types, you're going to be 2 times weak to poison, flying, bug. Don't really have to worry about that. Dragon, and then also fairy. So yeah, obviously we already knew dragon and fairy. The flying is a little frustrating considering there have been a ton of braviary just like flying around, as well as Corviknight, so that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, obviously if you do well balanced teams and your team building is good to go, then you should be fine. He also has access to Gluttony. Gluttony is an ability that is notorious for Snorlax. As we already know, we're already starting to see it with the Gmax being released, but it can be very, very scary. So Gluttony, essentially, when your hit points hit below 50%, it procs your berry. So like what we've been seeing, or what we saw in the past, pinch berries being procced at 50% to get the 50 back, but now they've been nerfed kind of a little bit by like 17%, so they're only healing back about 33%. So Pinchberry can be very good in terms of Gluttony. So if you wanted to run Gluttony, you can. However, I think Ripen is actually a bit better in terms of its stall or other creative sets in terms of like whittling down your team and staying on the field very, very long. So I still think Ripen is a bit better, but essentially what it does is it doubles your effect. Okay, so yeah, so really, really cool, very, very cool ability, because you're going to be getting 66% on the pinch and the 50% on the citrus. So yeah, really cool ability. In terms of moves, it has access to some really cool moves. Recycle, which can be good. Curse, which can also be good, like let's say if you needed to bulk up or slow down in Trick Room. Leech Seed, Protect can be very good. Recover can be very good as well. These are kind of like those Stallmon, sets or moves. Leech Seed is obviously notorious, obviously as we've seen it with Ferrothorn many, many times. This is probably its best move. So Apple Acid is a phenomenal move, and it's kind of shut me down a few times. Yeah, it's a really cool move. Essentially what it is 80 base power special, which is right up Appleton's alley. But essentially what it does is it lowers your opponent's special defense every time you use it, which is crazy. Like, that's ridiculous. That's a really good ability, or a side ability to the move itself. So very, very cool. Yeah, very, very cool move. And then we also have Dragon Pulse, Energy Ball, which obviously Energy Ball is going to be better power output. However, 2 Apple Acids and not much is living. So yeah, so that's really cool. Dragon Pulse, obviously if you didn't want to go Draco Meteor, you could go Dragon Pulse. Reflect and Light Screen, obviously there are better Pokemon that can set those, like Orbeetle, if you were adventurous and wanted to run Orbeetle. Obviously Grimmsnarl though. Grimmsnarl is probably going to be your best option in terms of screens. So yeah, really, really cool. Protect, as we saw, Giga Drain I think is particularly a really good move, especially after an Apple Acid. You can get even more health that you want back. So yeah, so that's really cool because you're going to be lowering its special, which means it's going to be more damage output and equals more HP back. Anyways, does it have access to Bulldoze? Is it good? Probably not, considering this is more of a Trick Room mon. It's base 30 speed, so yeah, definitely something to keep in mind there. So you don't want to be slowing things down. Outrage, it does have like decent physical output. However, I don't recommend using Appletun as a physical mon because of how good its special side can be. So yeah, so you can use it. If you come up with a set, let me know like down in the comment section below and what you use for a physical. Like I know like body press can be really good on Appletun. I've ran into it once, but it honestly like didn't do all too much to me for me to like recognize it as like a valuable set. Grass Knot can be good. Let's see what else. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Amnesia, I guess, could be good at some point. Substitute could be good at some point. Sucker Punch, I think, is one of the best moves for Appletun, considering you do get that priority. So let's say like if a Mimikyu comes out on the field, you need to break that disguise. You can go for the Sucker Punch, obviously, and just double up into it with maybe like an Excadrill or Duraludon Max Steel Spike. So that's really cool. Recycle, as we already know, is a very good move for Ripen, because it's, yeah, like you're getting so much HP back. It's ridiculous. Draco Meteor is also really good. So Draco Meteor is probably your best option. Yeah, can be very good. Like, let's say like set a Leech Seed, drop a Draco, bounce out, come back in, you know, it can be good. So whatever. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about its Gmax form, but I still think it has like a really cool Gmax move. So it's a grass type attack. It is primarily special. It's gonna be 140 on the special side, and this move heals the status condition of allies. So can be good. Yeah, I mean, it can be good. However, I'm not sure like how much usage a Gmax Appletun would get, nor do we know when this exactly will be released. So if they ever do release it, you know, within the season, then obviously I'll do a guide on the Gmax, you know, if you guys want me to. But yeah, so that's that. In terms of stats, it's got some really good HP, some pretty decent all around the board stats in terms of defense. You know, they're pretty average, you know, being at BDA speed. And then you have the 100 special attack, so that can be very good too. Base 130 obviously is probably best for a Trick Room set. Yeah, can be really good for a Trick Room, so you should definitely look into that. In terms of team builder, I came up with two particular sets in general that I thought were the best. So Assault Vest Appletun, running at Quiet and 252 in defense and HP, running Draco Meteor, Giga Drain, Sucker Punch, and Apple Acid. This is just really going to help you just drop bombs. Like, you can just sit there and just drop Dracos, especially with Giga Drain and Apple Acid. As I said before, you know, you can almost get a 2-hit Oko on a lot of things in the meta currently with Apple Acid, you know, especially like Rotom Wash, even Rotom Mow, and even like Gastrodon, stuff like that. So it's a really, really, really good mon, really good move. And yeah, it's fantastic. With Thick Fat and Assault Vest, obviously, as I said, if you need to heal up, that Giga Drain is really going to pair well with Apple Acid, so that's really cool. Sucker Punch for the Mimikyus, you know, doubling up into that Mimikyu slot. It's going to be really cool. Quiet Nature, it's going to give you a little extra, you know, special attack buff. In terms of Stallmon, you could run, obviously you can run Gluttony if you want. I prefer Ripen. Citrus Berry, you can swap this out for a Pinch Berry if you wanted to, considering the fact that you'll be getting 16% more. Citrus Berry, I just went for Citrus Berry, considering it procs at 50%. Yeah, versus the 33%. That's getting a little low. You know, especially with a Pokemon like Appletun being super slow. Apple Acid, continuously whittling down your team or your opponent's team. Recover, Leech Seed, and Recycle to help, you know, cycle back in that Citrus Berry is going to be very, very good. In terms of some of the calcs, what was I looking at this past one? Oh, this is Rotom Mow, actually. So yeah, so 99.6% chance to Oko, or 2-hit Oko after the Citrus Berry recovery is super good. Yeah, very, very good. I think it's just, yeah, yeah, even with the 4 investment, like, you could even buff it, you know, if you wanted to just like do the 252. Not saying that Rotom Mow is something that like you should particularly look out for, but yeah, it's doing 97 to 91%. But anyways, Draco is just going to sit there and just bomb everything it can. Yeah, so that's particularly the main goal of that. Even like with Rotom Wash though, like Rotom Wash, let's say default set, Apple Acid's doing 49 to 58%, and that's a 15.2 chance to do it after the Citrus Berry recovery. However, it doesn't keep in mind I don't think it keeps in mind the special defense drop. Okay, so on the next turn, it's pretty much, yeah, you howdy come chowdy. That's pretty much it on that. And then also, like, you can sit there and just wall Torkels. Let's say, like, like default sets for Torkoal, like, and that's with Eruption. You're only doing 22 to 26%. You can get those off the field as soon as possible, 61 to 71% with Draco. So you can easily double up into that slot if you needed to. Even Arcanine, I think, like, even Bandit Arcanine only does like 30 something percent. So like you could easily switch this in, take a hit from Arcanine, and start whittling down whatever else is on the field. Yeah. So really good. Yeah, 31 to 37% from a Flare Blitz Arcanine that's banded. That's super cool. In terms of Lapras, I don't recommend switching this into Galarian Darmanitan at all, like whatsoever. So yeah, I don't recommend that at all. Let's put this at Modest real quick. So like at Modest with Ice Beam, and we are Assault Vest, so keep that in mind. So yeah. With Ice Beam, it's doing 44 to 51%. So that's really, really good. To be honest with you, that's really good. I don't know how many Modest Lapras we'll end up seeing, but yeah, that's really cool. The fact that you can almost get a chance to live. It has a 33.2% to do the 2-hit OHKO. So, and relative speaking, you could live for 3 turns. Apple Acid will whittle down and actually get a 2-hit OHKO. Assuming this calc doesn't update the actual continuously, stat drop. Yeah, so you could get the 2-hit OHKO on that, which is incredibly cool because Lapras is so bulky. So yeah, so really cool Pokemon. I think it has a lot of competitive viable use, especially in the coming future with, Pokemon like Lapras. And I don't know, yeah, like that's pretty much like one of the biggest reasons. But even now, it's like still so good. It gives me so many problems when we're playing on ranked doubles on stream. But yeah, also we do stream on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you guys want to come hang out, it's at 4 p.m. CST, twitch.tv/superpotion. Yeah. Come hang out. We mainly play competitive Pokemon, so that's pretty much how that works. Also, leave a like, comment, subscribe if you found this video useful, and let me know what kind of sets you come up with in terms of Appletun. I think he's a really cool Pokemon. I think he has a lot of, competitive use. In terms of Trick Room Team, I'm not a huge Trick Room Team user, but I think it's a really cool Pokemon. I think people have reason to use him. So yeah, let me know in the comment section down below what you think. But anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.